We are going to build a job finder application using React, Firebase, and API from Azure. Before we get into code, let's look at the live demo. And we're going to have two navbars, one for public and private, which means if a user logs in, you're going to have this navbar, but for the public ones, there'll be no save jobs or the profile or logout. And this is a hero section with a search feature, and we have some features here, and these are the list of jobs that we can apply to and some call to actions here. And we are going to use AI to build this entire project from scratch. So let's look at the live demo. In here, we can perform some filtering either by location, salaries, or job types. Let me perform a search. For example, if I want a job that contains backend and search, and we have this spinner or the loading, and we got all the jobs with the backend in it. And we can also perform some additional filtering based on the location. Indeed, we have these locations, and also by salary, we can perform the filtering as well. Likewise, the job types, and we can view details about the job, and as you can see the model, we are going to use framer motion for the animation. And one cool thing is that we can also save a job. As you can see, we got job saved successfully, and if I check my profile or the saved jobs, I'll be able to see all my saved jobs. In my profile, I have the profile here, and I can log out my saved jobs. And if I log out, now if I try to save a job, for example this, and save, it says that authentication required. Please register or sign in, or maybe later. And I can also apply to a job. Alright guys, so this is what we are going to build using AI. In case you want to learn more about using AI, for example Cursor AI, then you can check my course on that. In case you found this project interesting and you want more projects like this, then do me a favor by commenting, subscribing, and share. With this one being said, let's get into code. We are going to build a job finder application using React. We are going to use AI to build the entire project. Let me show you the process involved when using AI to build project. The first step is we call something PRD, and that is Product Requirements Document. This means we need to provide the overview of the project that include the description of the project, the key features, the brand colors, the project structure, and then the packages being used. For this project, let's look at the overview first. And I always begin with my prompt that says that guide me like an experienced developer, providing advice, resources, and technical solutions to successfully complete this project. And then below, I'll provide the description of the project that goes like this. Job Hub, that is the name of the project, is a modern job search platform built with React, featuring a clean and intuitive user interface. The application allows users to search for jobs, save their favorite positions, and manage their job search process effectively. It integrates with the Azure API for job listings and uses Firebase for authentication and data storage. And then I will say that Tailwind CSS has already been installed and configured. And we are going to use Vite. And don't use TypeScript, and provide the project structure with dummy content. And then these are the key features: user authentication, job search discovery, job management, and user interface. And these are the brand colors, and this is the project structure. To get a structure of the project, I used ChatGPT for it, and I copied the features of the project and then the overview, and I will say that provide me the project structure based on this, and then I'll paste this content. And to do that, we're gonna get the project structure. And we are going to use the following packages: React Router DOM for navigation, Firebase, Framework Motion, and then UI, we're gonna use Tailwind CSS, React Icons, React Hot Toast, and Hero Icons. And for the API integration, we are going to use Azuna API. And I'll show you how we're gonna get the API and its keys. With this one being said, let's get into code. The AI that we are going to use to build this project is called Cursor AI. So let's search for Cursor AI, or better still, you can go to cursor.com. And this is the interface. Depending on the time of watching this video, the interface might change. Before continuing, let's look at the features for this AI code editor. And it has what is called the tab feature that comprises with the multi-line edit, smart rewrite, cursor prediction. It also has chat feature with the following, and that is instant apply, code-based answers, reference your code, documentation, ask the web, use images, and also the agent. And this is very powerful, and this is what we are going to use a lot when using Cursor AI. In case you want to learn more by mastering Cursor AI, I have a complete course on that. With this one being said, let's get into it. Click on the pricing, which is very important. And lucky for us, they have free plan of which we can try, and they provide the pro features for 2 weeks try. So let's go ahead and download for our operating system. But for me, I have it already been installed, and this is my Cursor AI code editor. It is similar to Visual Studio Code, and we can install extensions and theme to customize our code editor. Alright, with this one being said, let's get into it. We are going to use Vite to generate our React application. So if you go to vite.dev and then click on the get started, and this is the command that we are going to use. I have already created a folder called job search, and I have opened it inside my cursor editor. So I'm going to open the terminal by coming up here, terminal, and then new terminal. And I'm going to paste the snippets as npm create vite at latest. And let's provide the name of this project. We're going to use the name of the folder. So in here, I'm going to use period or dot and select React, JavaScript, and then let's install all the packages by using npm I, and let's wait. Alright, it is done. So let's clear it and let's run the application as npm run dev. And here is our React application. And this is how I prefer to start my project when using AI. First step is that I set up the environment by creating my project and then install the necessary packages, and from there AI will take over. So in this case, we are going to integrate Tailwind CSS into it. Even though we can ask the AI to install and configure Tailwind CSS, but sometimes the AI might not get the recent documentation about the package that we are going to use. That is why I prefer to install them manually. So let's search for Tailwind CSS and then click on get started, and then the framework guys, Vite. We are done with the first step. We are on the second step. Copy that and then back to our project. Let me shut down, paste, and then enter. Let's look at the next step is to copy this code on the tailwind.config.js file, which is this one, and then replace with that. The next step is to copy this, and let's find the index.css, replace with that, and let's use this code to try out to make sure that Tailwind CSS has been installed. I prefer to add text.color or text blue with 500 opacity. Let me run the application. Let me reload, and I have it as blue, which means Tailwind CSS has been configured. Now it is time for AI to take over to build the entire project. This is where our PRD comes in. So I'm going to copy the prompt. Definitely, I'll provide you the link to use these prompts. So back to Visual Studio Code, press Command L or Control L and remove this one. We are going to use the composer. And for the composer, we have two options. And that is by using normal or the agent. For the normal feature, we can edit the existing code and we can mention by using the @ by referencing any file, or we can use the agent. And it says that ask the agent to do anything. For this one, it can create folders, files, and make changes in the entire project. And this is what we are going to use often. At this point, we want the AI to create the files and folders for us based on our prompt. I'm going to paste that. And then I'm going to provide the project structure, which is this one. And I'm going to paste as that. We have the prompt already. The main goal here is to create the files and folders for us with some dummy content. So let me submit. And it has given us the prompt to use to generate the folders. So let me hit run. Alright, it is done. And it is asking to install these packages. So let's hit run. Alright, it is done. So let me accept. And let's run the application shutdown. And let's look at the project structure. Indeed, we have the components with the following files. In the config, in the context pages, we have the home page. Let's confirm one more time. In the pages, we have the home page and then the profile and then the save jobs. But it couldn't, as you can see here, that it couldn't provide the complete structure. So I'm going to copy this one again. And I'm going to say that the project structure that you have provided doesn't match what we are expecting, and then paste it and then submit. And it's going to do that. Alright, so let me accept and let's confirm one more time. Indeed, it has added the missing files, which are the login in register. And then in the pages, we have the home, profile, and then save jobs page. So let me preview it, and we have something like this. Don't worry about the UI. We will go ahead and then improve upon it. Now that we have the dummy content, if I click on register, if I click on the login, I have it, and then register, I have it. Let me also check the profile page. Let's visit the app.js, which is this one. We have /profile. Unless I log in, similar to the save jobs. Unless I log in before accessing that. As you can see, the power of AI, it knows that unless you are logged in before accessing a certain component or files. Now that we have this logic, it is time for us to integrate the Azuna API into it, or we should begin with the authentication. But before that, let's install the necessary packages for this project. So back to the PRD, these are the packages. I'm going to copy that. And then back here, I'm going to use the composer. I'm going to say that give me the command to install the following packages. I'm gonna paste that, and then hero icons, and then we are done with the Tailwind CSS and that, and then submit. Alright, we have the command. Let me just run it. It is going to install the packages. Let's confirm it in the package.json file, and let's see, indeed it has been installed. So we are going to build this project incrementally. So we're going to begin with the authentication. So I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to say that let's implement these features, and then paste that, and then hit enter. Let's accept all, and let's try out. If I reload and then go to login, and let me sign in using my Google account, and I have sign in failed, this means we have to configure our application using our Firebase configuration logics. So if you locate the config folder, and that is a Firebase, it has provided some dummy configurations here. We need to replace this one with our own configuration files or logics. So back to Google, search for Firebase, which is this one, and then make sure to log in using your Google account. For me, I have done it already. Therefore, I'm going to click on go to console. And let's create a project for this. I'm going to name this one as, and this name will be visible when a user is registering or logging in, and then continue, disable this one, and then create your project. And then continue and select the web. Let's provide this name as Job Hub, and this name will not be visible to the end user, and then register your app. We are done installing Firebase, and all what we want is this configuration file or code. Copy that and then click on continue to console. I'm going to replace with this one, and the last step is that they offer different services, and the one that we are going to use is called the authentication. So click on the authentication here, and then get started. And they provide different methods for authentication, either by using email or password, or Google, or login with Facebook. We are going to use email and password, so click on enable and save. Let me add one more by clicking on add new provider, Google, and then enable and select your Gmail account and then sign in. Alright, with this one, we can now register by using our Google account or by using email or password. So I'm going to click on the sign up. Alright, and it says that log in with Google successfully. And we have the private links, we have the save jobs, and it is empty, the profile. Let me check the console, and it says that cannot read property of undefined. Don't worry, we will get there very soon. The good news is that the logging in is working perfectly, and we can log out. And it says that log out successfully. Now that the authentication is working, it is time for us to integrate the Azuna API into it, which is this one. So I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to say that the next feature is going to be, and then double quote and paste that, and shift enter to move to the next line. I'm going to say that note, build upon the previous feature without making any changes to the previous logics, and then hit enter. For this one, it knows the component to integrate the API calls. Let's visit Azuna API. Let me search for Azuna API, which is this. And this API provides list of job available in certain countries. So click on the read more under the get art listings, which is this one. In here, they have these queries. One is a simple one, and this is what we are using. And it has provided some data structure, which is this one. and then the complex job feature with queries, and these are the responses. So we are going to have an API key to get started, which is free to use. So click on the register for API and provide your details, and they will send you your verification code to verify. After that, you can come back here and then log in. And after logging in, you're gonna have something like this, and then click on dashboard, and then API access details. And this is my API key. Make sure to use your own API key. So let's see where it is done. It is asking that we should replace our API key with a placeholder. Let me accept that, and let's find the folder. Let's read the documentation here. It says that, let me come up here, Azuna API configuration file. Okay, it has added this file, so which is the Azuna here, and provide Azuna API key and then the Azuna app ID. Let me confirm, and this is my app ID. I'm going to copy that and then replace with this. All right, so let's look at the result now. Let's visit the home page. We are going to implement details about a job. So back to Cursor AI, I'm going to say that implement job details. And let's look at the preview. If I click on any of the job, as you can see the modal with the details, and then apply for this job, and it has taken me to the original site. What has left is to be able to save a job. So I'm going to say that implement a feature where a user can save a job. Alright, so let's try out. If I want to save this one, I'll click on that and I got job saved. If I check my saved jobs, this is a job that I just saved. What has left is a prompt to redesign the entire application or to restructure the layout to suit our need, and also to use our brand colors. So back to Cursor AI, I'm going to say that now that the main logics are done, let's focus on the UI by making it more catchy, colorful, vibrant to depict real-world project for a job application, and use your creativity to implement these designs and use our brand colors and hit enter. Alright, and indeed it has given us the perfect layout with our brand colors. And if I click on this, I have the job details and then save jobs. These are my saved jobs. Alright guys, so here ends this project.